Hello friends, welcome back to our channel DS Tech Mirror. In today's video, I will cover how we can upload multiple attachments to SharePoint document library from Powerapps. To start with, I will give you an idea what we are going to develop. I will show you a small demo and then we will try to replicate that in our today's video. So let me jump into my Powerapps environment. This is the Power App which I have. It's a small pay screen. Over here, this is the attachment control. So if I click on this attachment file, let me select these three dummy documents over here, three text file. And if I click on upload button, these files should get uploaded into this particular site. And once it is uploaded, I can see this notification at the top, success notification that files are uploaded successfully. And if I go and refresh it over here, I can see all the three files are present. So this is something which we are going to develop now from scratch, and we'll see how we can do that. But before that, let me clear my document library because I'm going to use the same set of files in today's demo. And I'll clear the files from here as well. So before I start with the development, I will give you an idea of the architecture, how we have done this. This is one screen which I have developed. Inside this is one attachment control. In Powerapps, by default, we are not getting any attachment control and there's a workaround. We will see how we can get it. Then once I'll click on upload button, in the background, I am calling one Power Automate, which is uploading files to the SharePoint. And once this upload is done, it is sending us a response that the upload is successful, and based on that we are showing the notification at the top. So this is the blueprint, or this is the idea which we are going to develop now. So what I will do, this is one demo screen, blank screen, and now I'll go start with the development. To start with, first I need to get the attachment control. As I said, we do not have attachment control inside Powerapps. So what I will do, I will connect with one of the SharePoint list, and then I will add the edit form over here. With the edit form, I will get the attachment control. I will copy the attachment control and paste it onto this screen. So let's see how I will do. To attach to the SharePoint list, what I'll do, I'll click on add data, connectors. I will search SharePoint, and then from here I have to get the list. So I will select this POC site. You can select any list you want, and I will get this list called city. Once the connection is successful, what I will do, I will go back to this screen, and over here I will insert edit form. I'll got this form, and now I have to connect it to a data source. I already have the list. I will connect it to the city list. Now automatically over here I got this attachment control and title, because in this particular list I only have one column. So what I will do, first I'll try to move. Yes, now I need this attachment control only. So what I will do, this is the attachment control. I will select Control X and I will paste it outside this form. So this is my form. I will just try to minimize it and I will paste it onto my screen. I got this attachment control now, and without any second thought, I will delete this form from here. Now attachment control is there with me. Yes, we have got this error. We will fix it. Before that, I will add one label over here, and I will name that label as upload file. I want to just add a text over here, and I will say upload file. Maybe if I want to increase the text size or the font width. No worries, because I will not focus much on the UI. We will just focus on the functionality. We will just take care of the basic things. And another thing is, I will select both these controls. This is the attachment control. I will rename it, and I will say attachment control. This is already present in my other screen. So to avoid the duplicacy, I will append -demo. So this is for the demo purpose. And I will select both these controls and I will group them together. So this is done. So this is done. Now let's try to fix this error. Just let me make some margin on the left. Yeah. Now edit in the control bar. So this is the border color. It is giving us some error for the border color. Yes. So what I'll do, I'll say nothing. I want a black border, color dot black. This is done. and another is tooltip. I will get rid of the tooltip, and parent.default items over here will come back, so I'll say blank for now, blank. So all this is done, still we have error, so let's see what is the error. And the display mode, so display mode I will keep it as edit. So guys, just make sure you will get the basic error. You can get rid wherever you will find this parent dot, you can put some any other value, and for the display mode make it display mode dot edit, and for the items you can make it as blank. So this is done. Now we want one upload button to upload the file as well. So what I will do, I will insert one button over here and I will name it as upload. We will place it over here and I will name it as upload file. So this is done. Now now the plan is, what I will do, I will select this control. Now I can upload all these files, and then I will click on upload file, and from here my Power Automate will trigger. So to do that, let's go ahead and create the Power Automate flow. To create the Power Automate flow, one thing is we need to pass the data to the Power Automate, because we need to pass these files from Powerapps to Power Automate, and once the upload is successful, we need to pass back the response from Power Automate to Powerapps. So this is one important thing. Over here I'll add a flow and I'll say create new flow. I will say create from blank, and I will get rid of it. I will tell you why, and here I'll select another action. So I will be using the version 2, because what we need to do, we need to trigger the flow from Powerapps, perform some work, and then return a response back to Powerapps. For that purpose I will select this version 2, so please remember. And then as a next step, now once I'll get the file, I have to upload it to SharePoint. So I will use the SharePoint connector, and from here I will use this action called create file. So I'll say create file. Now create file, where I want to upload, I will select my URL, that is POC site, folder path, my document library, and name is, I've kept the name as Powerapps attachment. File name and file content, we will get it from here. Now also I want to implement the error handling. So what I will do, I will add an action called scope or control, and I will rename it as try. This is done, and I will move this into inside this. I will add new control action scope, and I will rename it as catch block, and I will configure and after. So this catch will only run if my try has failed or has timed out, these two actions. Now what I want to do, so once this create file is successful, I want to return the response. So I will say response, let me select Powerapps first, so it will get filtered out easily, Powerapps, and respond to Powerapps or flow. What output I want to respond, text, and I will say response success. And in case there is any error, copy to my clipboard. Inside catch I will return a response, my clipboard, paste. I will just change this response. I will say error occurred. So guys, we have created the basic structure, everything. My catch is done, my try is done. Okay, now I want to fulfill these two, file name and file content. From where I will get it, Powerapps will pass me. So over here I have to add an input, and I will get the file from here, file content. And please remember, this is an important step, I will make it as mandatory. Okay, the moment you will do it, you will get this file content from here. We'll say file content. Done. Now we need the file name. We will see how this will come. So for this file name, we can pass it from Powerapps as well, or over here we will pass it from Powerapps, and over here we can get it with the help of an expression. How? For that, I'll give you an idea. What you can do, go to this action P code, and from here you could see this inside body, trigger body, file, content byte. So just copy this here and go to your name of the file, go to expression, paste it here, and put, instead of content byte, put name. So this is done. So the moment you will add file content over here, my flow or this flow from Powerapps would expect two parameter, file name and file content. So we will pass it from here, and this is how we can consume it. So let me just take you this to this flow again. We are expecting this input from Powerapps file, then we are reading it. We are using this section called create file. What it will do, it will upload this content with this name, and then if it is successful, we will return a response called success. If there is any failure, we will return a response as error occurred. So my flow is done. I will save it, and then I'll go back to this particular Powerapps. Now come back to this particular button called upload file, and on select, what I will do, I will call my Powerapps first. I'll say, but before that I have to rename this flow, because otherwise a long name. So just to avoid that, I will edit the name or title of the Power Automate, and I'll name it as upload file demo. That's it. Let's keep it simple. Go back to my Powerapps, and then we will use this Power Automate. If it is not taking us automatically, I'll close it. Fine. We'll wait for the changes. Done. Now over here, what I will do, I have to get the multiple attachments from my attachment control, and then I will run a for loop, and then I will pass these attachments one by one to my Power Automate flow, and then it will upload to the SharePoint. So what I will write one for all loops. I'll say for all. Over here, I have to get to my attachment control. I'll say attachment control hyphen demo dot attachments, right? As I'll say file. Now over here I will call my Power Automate flow. I'll say upload file hyphen demo dot run, and inside this I have to pass the parameters. So I'll close this bracket and I'll say dot run, and then I'll close my bracket. Inside this I will start with the parenthesis. Now inside this, initially I will pass the wrong parameters, and then I will show you that it shows the IntelliSense or the correct parameter name, and then I'll rectify it. So initially what I will use, I will say ABC colon, what is my file? This is my file. Okay, so I'll say file dot value, comma, second is this name I have to pass, so name colon file dot name. Now check for this error, what it is saying. If I hover over it, it is saying missing column name content bytes. So first I have to pass this content byte, so I'll say content bytes. Then let's see what it's saying. The content byte column in the data source you're updating expects a blob type, and you're using an error type. So there is some error over here. We will fix it. First I'll get rid of it, and let's see what is this error. I'll say, and first this is come as now I think it should work. Yes, file dot value. See, this is done. Hover over it, it is saying, see, second parameter name. So I have to pass this name also. I'll say comma name colon file dot name. So now I'll format text. So you see what we have done. I have used this loop. I'll iterate over my attachment control, and I'll get all the attachments one by one. Then I'll call my flow upload file dot demo dot run, and these two parameters I have passed. First is this file dot value, which is this blob, the content of the file, and then the name of the file. So this is done. Now what we have to do, once this upload is successful, we have to get the response from this Power Automate, which is already sending. And but so what we have to do, we have to read this response. How we can read this response? So dot run dot response. So we have got this response. Now we have to store it somewhere, and then inside a if condition we can check for it. For that, at the top, what I'll do, I'll create one collection because there are multiple files. So I'll say collect or clear, and I create one collection called call result. So this is my collection. Now over here I will say collect call result and comma. And what I am doing, inside this collection, now I am storing the other response for each and every file. So once this is successful, what it will do, it will give us the response. Now at the end, what I have to do, I have to check whether in this collection, because from my Power Automate flow we have passed error occurred. So if it contains error occurred for any of the files, that means it is not successful and we have to show an error message, otherwise it is successful. So what I'll do, I'll say if condition, I'll say I have to search for error occurred. For that, so in my collection, if for any of the record, if there is error occurred, I should get a I should immediately send a message that error has occurred. So I'll use this lookup function. So what lookup function will do, it will search for all the records, and wherever it will find the first occurrence, it will return the result as true or false. So what I'll say lookup, and what is the collection, call result, comma, it is saying value equal to error occurred. If it is true, because now you will hover over it, it is saying receive one or more expected parameters. So if it is true, I'll say notify, and what it will notify, it will notify a message say error occurred, and notification type would be error. Still we have got some error. Let's see. Okay, it's saying I have to use dot value because it was a record. Okay, dot value done. Otherwise, notification, I'll use this notify. I'll say attachments are uploaded successfully, and again notification type is success, and let me format text. So guys, this is the entire process which we have to do, and I have done everything. But before I test it, let me just show you what I have done so far. So what I have done, this is the attachment control, which I have copied from one of the form. What I have done, I have connected to one of the list. Then over here I have add this control called edit form. From there I copy this control called attachment and paste it over here. And after that I deleted that edit form control. After that, what I have done, there were some error for this particular control. For example, for items, I set it to blank. For display mode, I set it to display mode.edit. For I think there was one more called border color, and for that I set it to black. So all these things I have done. After that, I have to make it successful to upload multiple files. For that, I created a Power Automate over here. What this Power Automate will do, it will accept a file content from the Powerapps, and then inside this I will show you. Let it get open. So okay, from here I've got this parameter called file content. I made it mandatory from here. Then I've created one try block. Inside this I've used this action called create file. What it will do, it will upload a file to the SharePoint destination, which I have provided this attachment document library Powerapps attachment. File content I will get it from here, and for the file name we have to use this expression. I show you how you can get the expression. Click on this peak code, and from here you will get it. The moment you will select this file content, this is the expression, you will get it. Just copy it and replace this content byte with name. Okay, because these two parameters we have to pass it from this Powerapps. So once this is done, in case there is any error during the file upload, what it will do, it will encounter this catch block, and inside this I will pass a response called error occurred. If it is successful, I will pass a response called success, and inside this catch I have a setting called configure run after, which I have set it as if try is this try block is failed or timed out, then only it will run, otherwise it will not run. So this is my Power Automate. So what I have to do, I have to call this Power Automate from my Powerapps. For that I have used this button. Okay, and inside this button what I am doing, Since I am working with multiple attachments, I have a loop called for all. Inside this, I've iterated through all the attachments. Then what I have done, I'm calling this Power Automate flow. It is giving me a response. I have to store this response somewhere. For that, I will use this collection because there are multiple files. For example, there are 5 files, so I will get success, success, error record like that. In that, then I am checking this collection if it contains error record. For that, I will use this lookup function. What this lookup function do? A table where lookup values will be looked up. It will look up for this particular value and variable it will find. Like it will stop the search at the first occurrence. So that's it's quite effective because we have to see if error occurred is there, then it's error. So error occurred and then we will notify. If it is successful, then we will notify attachments are successful, success. Now we have to see whether this is working or not. If not, we will rectify our small mistakes. I'll click on the play button, attached file, open. You could see this is blank library and I'll click on upload file. Over here this is processing and you can see attachments are uploaded successfully. I'll go over here and I've got all my attachments. That's great. Now that's it from my end, but what further you can do to improve it, you can do small validation. If there is no files over here, you can disable this button. Once you've uploaded, you can clear this attachment control. So all these small things I will leave up to you. You can do it from your end. So guys, thank you for watching today's video. If you like this video, please like and share the video and subscribe to the channel to get notification for our upcoming videos. Till our next video, much love, keep learning. Thank you.